Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Laura, and I'd like to welcome you to Stitching by the Shore, my channel all about cross stitch. Every once in a while, I talk about something else crafty, but today it is all cross stitch, and I have a lot of it. So super excited to show you lots and lots of stitching. If you are new, welcome. Thank you so much for pressing play, and I hope you like what you see. Feel free to ask me any questions and hang out with us and chat. And maybe hit the subscribe button. And if you're a returner, thank you so much for coming back each week and all of your support. It is just so appreciated. So thank you. Thank you. All right, let's get going on some stitching because I have a lot. I don't have a lot of shopping, so that'll balance it all off. So if you remember last week, I was in Delaware. I am back to the regular wall behind me here in Connecticut. And I had forgotten to take my finish, so I thought I would show it to you real quick, just in case you didn't see it on Instagram, you know, if you're not on Instagram or whatever. This one was from Primrose Cottage Stitches, and I didn't bring up the piece because it's finished, so I just thought I'd show you the finish. So here we go. Now, I did change something. Because I've done this on a Lavender Frost, 18 count, it's Lavender Frost. I believe they may have done it on a darker color. I'm not 100% sure on that, I think. Later on, I'll be linking them for a new start that I did, so go and check them out. They have some really cute patterns. If you go to their shop, because they also do quilting, there's one section on the Etsy shop that's Primrose Cottage Stitches, and that's their patterns, and that's where I got it. It's ones that they themselves have designed. 18 count Lavender Frost from Vintage Needlearts. The original had, where you see lavender, the purple, that was all white. That did not show up on this very well, and so I went with this purpley color, and I love it. Off the top of my head, I don't know what it is. If you wanted to change it and you like this shade, feel free to reach out and I'll let you know what it is. But that's from Primrose Cottage Stitches. It was called Hugs and Kisses. It's a quick stitch, fun stitch if you wanted some cute little Valentines. So that was last week's finish that I just forgot to show you, or forgot to bring. I would have shown it to you otherwise. Okay, so now this week I have two. Last week I talked about the freebie from Helen D, and I will link to the video that if you go to the description box, she has a link to a Google Doc, so that if you are interested in stitching it, you can. And I started and finished it. Super cute. Look at that. Very, very cute. What is this? This is an 18 count. It's called Stone, and it's from Dove Stitch. It's one of the fabric flares, so it's just white on the back. I very deliberately, I have 3 St. Patrick's patterns that I am working on over this week and next, and I kind of deliberately chose what color fabric I wanted for each one, and the other 2, I knew what I was doing. This one, I didn't have 100% of an idea, but I thought this would be cute, and I think it's gonna look great overall. Now, Helen does provide, let me see, she provides, oh, it's 310 that she suggests for the words, and then 729 for the O for pot of gold. But she herself had used a variegated, I think it was a DMC. Watch the video. You should be watching her anyway. She's fabulous. But if you watch the video, she tells you. I had, and I have them here to show you, I have sulkies, not very many, but I think there was a sale over Christmas time from Sulky themselves. It was like a 30% off sale. And I thought, I'll try a few. So for the green, I got this variegated green. And it is number, let's see, what is it? Oops, it would help if I don't do it upside down. 4051. So that's the number, and that's the color. It's a long variegation between the darker green and the lighter green. So you have a section, it doesn't quickly variegate, which was nice because doing the letters, I didn't want it like too crazy, especially for my first kind of variegated use. That's the first time I've ever used any type of variegated. And then for the metallic, I actually had picked up, and I had picked this up no, I'm undoing it. I had picked this up because I want to use this for Kringles when I get to Kringles instead of whatever the sparkly stuff is recommended. So I picked up a metallic sulky. It's let's see if I get it right, 7004, and that's what it is. So it's a nice, really bright gold. Now this is 12, it's 12 weight, right? And then this one just feels a lot thinner. So while I used one strand of the green on the 18 count, I did actually double up the metallic. I don't know if I was supposed to. I don't know what I was gonna say what the rules are, but you know what? I'm just doing what I wanna do. And I liked it a little bit better. It gave it a little bit more oomph so that you could see it a little bit better. And it wasn't too bulky in the least. So in person, you can see the sparkle. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but that is the cute little freebie from Helen D. You could grab whatever is in your stash and just stitch it. And this took one day of stitching was it. Super cute, super quick. And I'm really excited to have a St. Patrick's done. I'm not 100% sure, oops, now I've got metallic, it's hulky all over the place. I'm not sure 100% what I'm doing with this yet, but that's all right. You know, my stack is growing, and one day I'm just gonna have, or 1 week, I'm gonna have a week where I don't stitch at all. I'm just gonna start finishing things once I have an idea what I'm doing. So that was my first finish this week. My second one, you knew it was coming because it was so darn close. Coastal Cola from Silver Creek Samplers. So that's the original. You know I went in a completely different route for the background fabric. So that's what it looks like there. And this is my finish. I love it. This is 18 count butter from Hand Dyed Happiness. And that's what it looks like up close up. Thank you so much for all your suggestions over here. It's charted in multiple types of floss. Let me see real quick if I look at the, oh no, I've got it covered. I think there's weeks, there might be Needlearts, there's some DMC, but they did not provide the conversions if you didn't see my video a few weeks ago. And so I had to provide my own conversions, and there was no DMC, so we had to play around with it. But thank you so much for all of your suggestions. I love it. Now, a lot of my finishes, I kind of have a vague idea what I want to do with. This, I have no clue. I just really enjoyed stitching it. I loved it. I love the look of it, and something will come to me eventually. So that's my finish. So I had 2 finishes this week. Super excited. This one was close. This has been hanging around since August, so I am clearing away some of my works in progress from last year. Speaking of which, let's go into works in progress this week. I really was surprised when I was getting this stuff together for today's video. I really had a lot of stuff I touched. I think because Coastal didn't take me a full day of stitching, so I was able to stitch on something else. Then you know I'm doing the one piece, one little bit a day, so that gets extra time every day as opposed to something else. So there's a lot here. There's a lot still to talk about. All right, let's start with Country Cottage Needleworks. June Cottage. Now, you know, it's so funny because I goofed. They've all been done on Vintage Country Needleworks. Vintage Mocha. Vintage Country Mocha. I'll get it. I'm confusing all of the words. This was done on Vintage Country Mocha, but you know normally I do it on the back side. Well, I just did it on the correct side this time, and I love the colors on it. So a few of the other ones that I have not done yet for the whole year will also go on this side. I'll pull the flosses and see which ones look good on it, and just do it on this side and just have a variety and not have them all on the other. This is where I am. I finished the roof. I got the clouds. I got some of starting with the vines there, and then I decided to just do all the reds. Get the whole red of the house part done. There's a few layers, then there's another layer in the window and then another layer in the window. The windows do have window panes, backstitch, but I don't know if I will do it because I do it on 18 count Ada. They show it on a higher count even weave and do it over, you know, so they can do the stitching without going in between boxes. So I've tried it sometimes on these and I don't always like it. So it may end up without any window panes, but that's okay. So that's where I've gotten on that one. I definitely think there will be, they're in between here, there are little pieces, but I have found that with these, I've pulled back on adding everything. I like it a little simpler. You know me, I'm kind of a less is more kind of girl. If you could see my decorating in my house, you'd know that for sure. So there are times and patterns that I strategically choose to leave things out, and that up here will be, there are some things here that I will stitch, but up here, that's all that's gonna be up there. So that's that one. All right, next, this piece I work on every single day. It's called Locks and Keys. It's from Shakespeare's Peddler. I love this one. It is so much fun to do it. As I'm doing it, a little piece a day, I pick a lock or a key and I do it each day. And then I put it away. And because it's just the one color, it's so super easy. And that's where I am. This is done on an 18 count tinsmith from Dying for Cross Stitch. And that is Kathy. So I think I've hit the halfway point. Yeah, I think that's about halfway. So think about it coming down there, and that is as wide as it's going to get. It's a lot of fun on this fabric. I like it with it's anchor black that I'm using, and that's all that we'll use in the entire piece. And just it's almost like a little tiny finish each day. So it's always kind of fun each time I get one finished. So that's where we are on that one. And I will continue doing that, a little piece a day. I know Janet from Janet Jabber, you know I love Janet. I talk about her all the time because she does such great stuff on her videos. I know she has pieces where she does like 30 minutes a day. And then I don't know if she also does, she talked about doing a strand a day in some pieces. And I don't know if that's the same piece or if it's two different. I like both ideas, they're great. And once this is finished, I might have to adopt that because I do like having a little piece that I do a little bit each day with. I do particularly like that this is just monochromatic. And I don't know if that's why I like it so much a little bit each day. I'll have to explore that. But I do like that idea. All right, Mary Poppins, the little stitcher. If you've been thinking about starting it, start it, start it. It is a lot of fun. I love it. And here we are. So this is, what is this? This is Winter Blues, 18 count from Bestitchme. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different hand dyers. Well, Fabric Flare is not hand dyed, that's printed, but 6 different, plus then your Vintage Country Mocha and white and black. So I am spreading the love for hand dyers around here. This one happens to be a Bestitchme. It was a fabric of the month. I do not know if it is in her regular line. And I decided I wanted to start working on this area, coming down and then working across. So that's what I got started. It will get a little bit more intricate as I get down here, but that'll be the width. I think there's just a little bit of a tiny border there. Yeah. That'll be the width. And then down here, there is another set of words. I think it says anything can happen, and then they'll be done. So it's coming along. I really, really enjoy it. Picking it up each week, it just brings a smile to my face. So I am loving this one. If you've thought about it, totally, I would recommend it. I really, really like it. Now it's my Stitchrovia pieces. I have 2 that I worked on this week, so I'm going to show you on the iPad the first one, and then I'll show you the other one. So I gave one more. I had talked about doing this after the video last week, which is what I did. I was in Delaware till Saturday morning, so Friday afternoon, since I had all the flosses kind of out already on this one, I decided to work on this one. And it is Christmas Town from Stitchrovia. loving all of the colors and just the variety. And I thank you so much for all of your suggestions about whether, you know, doing a color or strands or what, and some different ideas of ways to do it. So thank you. This is what I got. I decided to keep coming over here, and I did a big clump of color right there. This is done on 18 count white opal. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. And through the village, if you see here, everywhere where you see white in the middle, that's stitched. I'm gonna keep it just unstitched. And so the pathway will be kind of like sparkly snow, since this is the opal. So that's where I've gotten so far. This one's gonna go away now, and I will work on Kringles in March. That's part of my March plans. So that's the first Stitchrovia. Then the second one, because we went from Christmas to summer, I worked on the beach because I wanted some sunshine. It's cold here. Tomorrow is supposed to be really, really rainy, 50, but rainy. So that will get rid of a lot of the snow, at least where the sun hits. So that's the second one that I worked on. And here I am. This is done on 18 count beach sand from To Die For fabrics. And I really am enjoying it on this color. So that's where I am so far. I got this sunbather done over here. I got this sunbather done and that. And I keep kind of jumping back and forth between. They all seem to have a lot of the same basic colors, but with some new ones thrown in. So that's where I am so far. Really liking this one. I don't know if I'll stitch on it this week. If I'm feeling the need to feel warm, sunny, beachy, then I might actually do some more. We'll see. So that's on the beach. And those are all my works in progress. I had 5 works in progress. I had 2 finishes, one of which was a start, and I have 1 more start. So I had a lot this week. And the last start was also a St. Patrick's, and I just had the black and white picture to show you. It's Lucky Love from Primrose Cottage Stitches. So Primrose Cottage Stitches, they are on Etsy, Lucky Love. If you want to see one completed, she showed it on her Instagram. Kim, you're taping tomorrow, right? Kim J Inspired. She tapes on Saturdays. She did this and she finished it. She did it on oatmeal color. So if you want to see a totally different color scheme, and it looks great, wait till Kim tapes tomorrow. If you want to see it sort of done, her video from last Saturday, she shows it partially done. But if you want to see it finished, she will be showing that, I assume, tomorrow for tomorrow's. And this is on black fabric. I did do it on the black, like their original. So there we go. This is a quick stitch. I might have gotten this done, but I worked on this. I had started it kind of like with my afternoon stitching, and I got into the early evening and I couldn't see the holes anymore. The lighting that I have during the day is fine because I have sunshine and I have a light and no problems. But at night it was a little bit more difficult. And so, especially now, I'm doing the Shamrock, so obviously it's going to be a little bit more counting and you have to know where the holes are. So that will be a goal for a finish this week, daytime stitching. So maybe this afternoon after I tape, I will work on this one and hopefully I can get that one finished. It's super cute. 18 count, it's tiny, it's a 2x2. So in theory, if I have that little Valentine's tree, that can then transform to a St. Patrick's tree if I have different St. Patrick's things to stitch, little tinies and little smalls. That would be the goal. For what year? Maybe 2022? Will be the goal when I can do all my massive finishing. And find said tree that I don't have any idea. I want, maybe a small tabletop one. I know I had one video and I wrote down all the instructions. I printed it all out. Somebody gave me great instructions to make my own. We'll see how crafty I'm feeling on that day, or if I do end up finding something that I don't make. We'll see. But that would be the plan eventually for all those smalls. And yeah, really cute. And another quick one. So if you wanted to get a start and finish and you wanted a little something for St. Patrick's, maybe you don't celebrate or decorate for it. My last name's O'Shea. 3 of our 4 sets of, of 2 sets of parents, 3 of them are from Ireland, so we kind of have to, have a little bit of Irish decorations if possible. So that's my St. Patrick's Day stitching plans. I talked about, I do want to bring back in March, I'd like to bring back Kringles and do some Christmas stitching on that one. Put away Christmas Town for now, and bring back Kringles. That was a mania start last year. It's certainly gonna be nowhere near. You're not gonna see much even done by Mania this year. I think I may bring it back for Mania this year. I don't know. And then I'd also, since it is March and the month of St. Patrick's Day, I'd like to bring out the Bells of Ireland and work on that one as well and get some accomplishments on that. Other than that, I do have a 3rd St. Patrick's piece that I do want to start, a little mini. So that will get started this week as well. And from there, I don't know. I'm not doing March Madness. Super cute idea, and I know a lot of people are doing it. If you want to follow what they're doing with it, I'm so spur of the moment, fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl that I don't even want to be. Mania is as hemmed in as I'm going to get. And even that is kind of loosey-goosey sometimes. So I keep myself free and kind of work with it there. So that is what my plans so far will be. We'll see where it goes from there. Shopping. I only have a little bit. Very, very little. So the rest of the video will probably fly by. If you don't care for watching shopping, you don't have much to watch. So I joined... at the end of last year, so I have 4 fabric of the months that I do. I don't do like the fancy flosses. I don't do, where I choose to spend a little bit of extra money is on the fabrics. And fabric of the month clubs, I find, give me stuff that maybe sometimes I wouldn't buy, and it also exposes me to things that I don't, wouldn't normally would. So I do fabric of the month from Bestitchme, from Mystic Fabric, from Color and Cotton, straight from Color and Cotton, and then there is a Color and Cotton fabric club through Crazy Annie's. It is full type of thing. Every once in a while it says, oh, somebody dropped out, but I think there is a wait list as well. And this is, and what they said was it would be different colors than if you were in the Color and Cotton group. I went with the neutrals for this one because my straight Color and Cotton is kind of whatever, and then Bestitchme is standard colors. I don't do neutrals for hers, and Misty likes color. So I thought for this one maybe I would go that's a bit more neutral. And 18 count, of course. And this is the January. So this is the January fabric that we just got this past week, and it's called Sandstone. And it's super, super pretty. I love this. You know me and having beach stitching, so this will definitely be a lot of fun. Now I do not know if, I know Color and Cotton, they're changing their model a little bit, and I don't know if all of the colors they're gonna show are in. I don't know their fabrics enough to know what's in their line, if this is one that's regularly in their line. But it's a great color. Really, really like it. And I wasn't expecting this. What came with it was a limited edition piece of Color and Cotton floss. If I put it against the white, let's see if I have a white. Oh, let me use the white paper from this pattern. Doesn't have a name, it just says limited edition. How pretty is that? So I have my very first Color and Cotton floss. Super cute, pretty. I like mint green. I've always liked that shade. I want to find a good mint fabric for a few Easter pieces. I don't have exactly mint, kind of this shade, maybe a little bit less bright, not less bright, not as deep, a little bit lighter. And I think that would be really cute for some patterns that I have in my head. That's it for shopping. That's it. I have a couple of fabric of the months coming. My January regular color and cotton, I've got a shipping notice that's on its way this week. And then Bestitchme's February fabric of the month is been shipped as well. And Kimberly from To Dye For Fabrics had gotten her 18 count in, and so I had a few fabrics that I had an order for that she's sending me, because it was an order that we were just waiting for the 18 count, and I think that came in. So I've got fabrics coming, and as far as I know, that's all, but it'll all come today, watch. And then I've got to just let it sit until next week's video. But that's it for shopping. Giveaways. So thank you so much for everybody who entered and talked about their breakfasts. This one is so cute, and I can see why it was so popular. This is It's Snow Time from Cottage Garden Samplings. And this was a part, I believe there's going to be a 4-part series. And this is the first one they put out. So let's see who's going to win it this week. Let me separate. I put all the names. I wrote the names this morning on the sheets of paper. And then I'm just going to mix it around a little bit. And pull apart. And the winner is, Millennial Stitchers. You got it. So send me, shoot me either an email, a Gmail, with your address, or DM me on Instagram, and I'll get that out to you guys. All right, so that is last week's. This week's, because Kimberly got her 18 count fabric in, I asked her, I said, I'd really love to do and I'm gonna do it this way, I'd really love to do a giveaway of your fabric. And she was up for it. So whoever's going to win can choose a fat quarter of whatever they want, whether it's Aida, whether it's even weave, whether it's linen, it doesn't matter. I will link To Dye For Fabrics separately. It's always in my fabrics, but if you've not used any of Kimberly's fabrics, they really are lovely. Let me just show you the front page of her Etsy page. Look at all of these different colors that she has. I really enjoy stitching on her fabric. It is really nicely done. She has 5 pages of colors, and I'm a blue girl. Looks blue shades. There are 35 shades of blue for me to just go crazy with. Look at all of those. So I'm slowly building up my blue, my blues. But anyway, so whoever wins, I will pick a name next week. What I'm asking you is, what is your go-to color shade of fabric? What, do you always seem to gravitate to? I think you can guess pretty much now. Blues, some sort of shade of blue is me, although gray would probably be a very close second. What is it for you? And if you really wanted to talk about, what do you want to try that you haven't, really stitched on? What color would you really want to try? I'm super excited. This one right here, I'm getting this. This is coming in the order from this past shipping that she's doing. And then there's one of the other reds. I've not really used any types of burgundies and reds. And I really think certain things, especially like if you did a monochromatic white, would look gorgeous on that burgundy. And I'm really super excited to give it a try. So that's something that I haven't really explored, is some of those brighter, deeper colors. I do a lot of the blues, the grays, and then some of the neutrals. But that's where I'd like to try. So what is your go-to color and shade of fabric? Answer that. And if you would like to be put in the giveaway to potentially win a fat quarter of whatever your choices are, whatever choice you want. Let me see if I can go back. Of Kimberly's fabrics from To Dye For Fabrics, add the word March in your comment. So what is your go-to color shade of fabric that you seem to always gravitate to? And say the word March, and your name will go in. And what will happen is I will choose a winner next week. You will then give me, you go shopping, figure out what you'd like, tell me what it is, and with your name and address, and I will buy it and ship it to you. And it'll get shipped straight to you from Kimberly. and she is about 10 days. So you will not be waiting 10 weeks for this unless a type of fabric goes completely AWOL again, like the 18 count did, and it was tough to get. But if she has it in stock, you will get it very quickly because she is a quick shipper, dyer and shipper. So that's this week's giveaway. I'm super excited to support a small business, and her customer service is fantastic, and I think you'll really like the fabric. I know some of you have tried it and have had good experiences with it, so I'm super excited to hear that as well. So that's it for the giveaway. Other than that, it's life stuff. So if you don't want to hear, I hope you have a great week. So Saturday morning, I jumped in the car early and I worked my way back up to Connecticut, and it was uneventful, which was nice. Traffic was quick. As quick as it can be. Didn't really run into until I got to Connecticut. Yes, it's probably one of the worst areas, especially as you're coming in from New York down in the Danbury area. If anybody you know that, it's like a 2-lane road, and if there's any sort of traffic whatsoever, then you know that you get stuck there quite a bit. So, and it's a 5-hour drive without there being traffic. And so at that point, I'm like 4 hours in, and I just want to get that last hour done, and I just want to get home at that point. So that was that. We found out, other than that, not much going on. There was a parent Zoom call for seniors, and talking about what's happening for seniors at the end of the school year this year. Connor is a senior in high school, if you hadn't realized. And obviously with these current times, things are different. So they talked about prom. They think they're going to do they're going to attempt, as long as the health department allows it, an outdoor prom with tents, and they're going to get food trucks, and that sounds like a lot of fun. I think weather, we are New England, and New England is notorious for the weather changing and going crazy. So fingers crossed that on prom night, weather will be great. At the moment, graduation will most likely potentially be outside as well. Connor does go to a Catholic high school, and normally in Hartford there is a big cathedral, and that is usually where graduation is. But even by June, I don't think our restrictions will be lifted enough that they will potentially be able to do it in the cathedral. So they're planning something. They're going to, again, try to plan something lovely outdoors, and again, hope that the weather holds. Then there's a few other senior activities that they talked about that they're really trying hard. These kids have had so they lost the second half of their junior year last year, and not one part of their senior year has been normal whatsoever. So I think they're trying really, really hard to give that last little stretch of their senior year, try to give them as much a sense of normalcy as possible. And I really appreciate that. I wasn't sure what to expect when they said this. I'm like, they're not going to try to do this, this, and this, and then all of a sudden be told they can't. No, they're really trying to think outside the box, and I do appreciate that, because I think it'll just, maybe it'll create some ending happy memories for what's been a bizarre year and a half. In the end, it'll be a year and a half for them that they've had to go through this. So fingers crossed that weather stays really nice that first week in June, first 9 days of June, and they can have some good times and just be outside a lot more. So that was that. Megan texted us super excited because lacrosse has started, so she's back at that. They have not heard if they will be allowed to have games. It's looking a little iffy on that one, but she said it was just super excited to get back out and play and be on the field and do whatever. They're masked, but I don't think she cared. I really don't. I think she was just super excited to get out there and just play again. So that was always great to get excited texts from your kid. I'm having so much fun. And again, college has not been exactly what normal college would be, so we like it when she can say she's having fun and doing it in a safe manner, because that's the best we can do right now. Other than that, not really that much going on. Again, we're gonna have a rainy day tomorrow. I don't think Sunday's supposed to be nice that much either. Hopefully that will get rid of some of the snow, and some of the melted snow is kind of iced over, so I'm constantly out there kind of scraping it because I am not the most graceful person in the world, and I could fall head over heels very easily. In my mind, as I step out, I do it very carefully because I can see it happening in my I'm like, no, I can't go there. I can't even think about it. So fingers crossed that some of the snow gets, more of it continues to get rid of, and then we can not put life and limb in danger when we take Shamrock out. And yeah, that's about it. He's getting a haircut this weekend, actually, so he will be a little bit trimmer. I myself, I have to. This is getting so ridiculously long. It's been over a year now. It's been 13 months since I've had a haircut, so I think I have to buckle down and just go and give a call and see if she'll cut my hair. Nothing fancy. I literally at this point, I'm just getting ready to put it in a ponytail and chop it, but I'm afraid of what will happen. So I haven't gotten to that. I haven't gotten that desperate yet. So that's about it. This week I hope to continue to get some stitching done, and I don't know, you know, oh, I do have some orders that have coming in, so I will be in the studio as well. And I have a couple things that I have to ship out. I haven't forgotten a few things that I owe people. Believe me, it is still in my mind, and I will be sending you those things. And that's it. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you are safe. I hope you're well. I hope after the crazy winterish stuff that was going on all over the place, that maybe we can have a quiet few weeks now and kind of recoup, and maybe winter is on the back end and it is sliding out of here. That's my hope at this point. Maybe I've seen the last of snow. I don't know. March can be snowy, but I hope it is quiet for you and that all is well. And until next time, happy stitching.